Hello, everyone. Welcome to Make It Monday Live. It is time for some stamping fun. I am going to show you 3 gorgeous cards tonight using the Honeybee Home bundle and the brand new, amazing, gorgeous New Horizons designer series paper. I can't wait to show you what I have in store. I'm also going to give you all the details for this month's budget club, so stay tuned. You don't want to miss any of it. Hey, welcome back to my Make It Monday Live. This is my live stamping event where stampers like you tune in for card making tips to help you make the most of your time and your products in your craft room. I'm seeing tons of people hopping on tonight. So excited to stamp with you. I am really excited to show you what I have in store and give you all the details. I'm your host, Rose Grunwald. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm your creative coach. And just like I do in all of my lives, I'm going to ask you to give me 5. That's right. If you type the number 5 in the comments, I will connect with you to get you a free 5 project bundle tutorial full of instructions and photos and measurements and more for 5 projects using Stampin' Supplies. So if you just give me 5 and comment 5 in the comments, I will get that out to you and connect with you after the live. Okay, question of the day. We always got to start out with a question of the day, right? Who has the Honeybee Home bundle? Do you have this? And have you used it? Do you have the Honeybee Home bundle and have you used it? And then the next question is, do you have this amazing, gorgeous New Horizons designer series paper? And have you used that? That's what I want to know. How many of you have the Honeybee Home bundle and have you used it? Do you have the New Horizons paper? And have you used it? Just share in the comments with me. I want to welcome all of my people, my peeps, my Stampin' friends watching me live. Hello, Della and Carol. Hi, Carol. I haven't seen you in a long time. Vicki, I saw Melanie here. I saw Betty. Betty, I saw you got your order today. How exciting. It's so much fun to get your order. And Sarah, welcome. Jody, hello. So many of you watching tonight. I see lots and lots of returning names. Are you new here? If you are new, hey, Teresa, how are you doing? If you're new, say hi. We are like stamping friends, stamping and connecting together every Monday. And I would love to connect with you, and everyone I'm sure here would love to connect with you. So if you're new, say hello. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you enjoyed watching my video, that you came back to watch another stamping video for me. I am going to be doing a prize drawing later in my live, so you get entries for engaging with me, so by commenting and sharing my post and kind of viewing the video. But the only way I know that you view the video is if you say hello or comment or something that we can all chat together. So, all right, just a couple of announcements here. Let me switch my camera so I can show you. Okay, there's a couple things going on. Tonight I am giving you details on my budget club, but I also have I still have my Rainbow of Happiness pre-order going on. You get to make 8 cards with this class. If you go to my website, www.rosegrunwald.com, across the top, you'll see a link that says classes to go. It's listed there. The other thing is tonight I am featuring the products that I'm using in my budget club. So I'm super, super excited to show you all of those. Okay, we're going to do some stamping. I'm not going to wait too long. Here we go. There. All right. Okay, now turn on one more light here. Honeybee Home Bundle. If you listen, this bundle is super easy to miss in the catalog. So I got my trusty catalog open here. This is our new January to June mini catalog. On page 59, up here in the corner, you find the Honeybee Home Bundle. It's really easy to miss. It's part of the big Heart and Home suite. And of course, you can pair it with all of this amazing, beautiful stuff. Of course, you can. But I thought I would do something a little bit different tonight. And I am going to pair it with the New Horizons Designer Series paper. I don't know if you have had a chance to check that out. We'll grab that in just a minute. First, let's talk about our bundle. There's a shadow here. I need to move my phone so you can. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, let's talk about this bundle. Okay, so it's images and coordinating dies. You get 12 images here, another of the mixed fonts that I like. I might do a night where we just do stamps, ink, and paper with this stamp set because I have so many ideas just as I'm looking at these images. I could see a bee with just the stamp Such Happy News right underneath it. Same thing with the flowers and a miss you, or this flower and the miss you. I have so many ideas for just stamps, ink, and paper. But of course, it coordinates with some pretty images, some detailed flowers, and then some of the dies that coordinate with the images there. Now, the New Horizons Designer Series paper. I could not wait to get this out and play with it. Look at these fun ink. Now, they call this New Horizons because look at how this looks like a scenery if you're looking out into the horizon, like fog coming off a lake or something like that. Here's another one. Gorgeous. All these colors are so beautiful together, like a mountainscape here. I think this one is my favorite. It looks like we've got a little lake or a river going on here in the horizon. This one is beautiful too. All of these are just gorgeous. Now, some of them are a bit more abstract than these scenes. Here's one. Definitely looks like a beautiful sunrise or sunset. A meadow here. Looks like a meadow with flowers. Another kind of prairie. And then, of course, you've got the other side. So we have lots of these coordinating coordinating colors. Aren't these fun? I mean, these are just gorgeous patterns. You can stamp right directly on a lot of these. So many to choose from. We just have a couple more. Aren't these beautiful? I love this paper. It's so easy to design with. Melanie already made 9 different cards with the Honeybee bundle. Well, see how easy that is to create with? Oh my gosh. All right, and so this paper is featured in the Budget Club. In my club this month, you will get a half a pack of this paper. There's a lot of patterns to choose from. And then you'll get some coordinating cardstock to go with it. You will get Pale Papaya, Fresh Freesia, and Blackberry Bliss. These all coordinate with the cards. I'm not including basic white. You'll be able to swap out, basic white or use one of these for your card layer insides. You're also going to get a half a pack of the cotton ribbon combo pack. So you get a half a spool of each of these. And I thought, these spilled everywhere. Give me a minute. I thought that all these colors would pair really nicely with our Artistry Blooms sequins. And so you're going to get a full pack of these because you can use the heck out of these things. Okay, now our first card tonight, we are going to do something unique with our die cut pieces that you might not have thought about. So Let me grab my trimmer here. We're going to cut our layers. Yeah, Jean, I like to buy 2 packs of paper when I love it, especially like that, because then I'm not afraid to use it. Okay, we're cutting a card base here, which is just a half a sheet of cardstock, 5.5 by 8.5. And then we're going to cut right away our next layer, which needs to be 4 by 5.25. So we've got 4, and I'm going to line up my 5.25 up here. Using my paper trimmer, I love this thing. Scoring blade and cutting blade, so easy to line up. Amazing. Now, let's see, this is the pattern I picked out for our card tonight. We're going to cut this layer exactly the same size as our card front, which will be 5.5 by 4.25. That is a little bit bigger than we usually cut our layers. 4.25. So just making a note of that if you are following along. And we will cut our inside layer right away as long as I've got this out. 5.25 by 4. I usually have all your layers cut so we can just get to stamping, but tonight was kind of a crazy busy day at work, and so I didn't get a chance. So we're cutting them on the fly. I at least have the cards designed. Okay, so we will fold and burnish our card base right away. Just like that. Okay, who else buys 2 packs of the designer series paper so that you can use it and not worry about it? I'm always so nervous that I'll see a card that is just the perfect pattern for something, and sometimes I'm afraid to use it. I don't want to do that. Okay, we're going to glue this right to the front of our card base. So I'm going to get out my silicone craft sheet and glue this down. I'm using my seal. I love the high quality adhesive that Stampin' Up! Offers. All of them are high quality. They are amazing and will not come apart in the mail. They tend to withhold weather and all of the trauma the post office puts them through. Melanie, I love Blackberry Bliss too. It is one of my very favorite Stampin' Up! Colors. Okay, so in essence, what we've done is made our card front this fun, absolutely stunning designer series paper. And now we're going to do something a little bit different with our die cuts, our dies for this particular card. Okay, I'm going to use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So let me get this out. I have a little less room on my desk. I rearranged my office and stamp room here not too long ago, and I've got a few more things on top of my desk that I don't usually, and so I feel you probably can't see it because it's off screen, but I feel like all cozy in here. Okay, I've got this card front layer. I am setting it up here on my die cutting plate. Now I am using a magnetic platform from our old die cutting machine. I may do it and you may need to if you don't have a magnetic platform. Yep, I'm going to need to as well. I like to use painter's tape or crafter's tape or a little post-it or something to secure my dies in place. And what I'm doing is just putting one here in the center. Make sure that it's centered. It looks like it is. Okay, and I'm just going to put that post-it down to keep it in place. And then we're going to run it through our machine. Did everybody have a good weekend? Tell me about your weekend while we are stamping and crafting here tonight. Did anybody do anything fun? Okay. Now I've got this piece cut out here. I'm going to pop this out. And I'm going to set this aside for using on another card or project. Hey, Robin. Better late than never. You are joining just in time. We're still making our first card. Oh, Sharon was pet sitting. That sounds kind of fun. Okay, now we're going to line up our next piece to be cut. We're just going to center this die next to our center one that we already cut. And I'm going to secure that in place. And we're going to run that through our big shot. Oh, Teresa worked on a quilting project. Oh no, sewed my fingers, so switched to sorting my stamp stuff instead. Okay, Teresa, this is really funny because I used to be a quilter. I guess I technically still am. I just haven't made a project in a long time. And when my husband and I were still dating, for his Christmas gift one year, I made him a quilt. And I did it as an applique quilt with different Northwoods themed scenes. So I found all these fun silhouettes of like bears and turkey footprints and deer and stuff like that. And I made these different squares with a different Northwoods theme. And my friend Rachel came over as I was making it. And this was, to be quite honest with you, I had done scrapbooking before in my life, but I had not done much card making. And she came over and she said, "This is just like Stampin' Up." And I was like, "Really?" She's like, "Yes, it's just like it," because she was watching me like try to find the perfect colors and the perfect layout. And she said, "You would love card making." And that's what got the wheels turning for me to explore Stampin' Up and do something like I'm doing now with Stampin' Up. And I did, and I never looked back. So there's my story. Yes, Melanie, I did make a loon. And my mom and I had made an applique. Well, she probably did most of the work. We had done a loon scene applique quilt with cattails, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. My mom's favorite animals are loons, and so it's so easy to buy gifts and stuff for her because she loves the loons. That's one thing I would really love from Stampin' Up is a really good mixed like outdoors set with loons and deer and bear and but especially the loon, because that would be, maybe they have had a loon before. I don't know. It's possible they did and it's retired. Okay, I'm picking this out carefully because I want to use these for another card or another project since they're already die cut. Okay, so as you can see, I die cut these pieces, but the image I'm actually using is going to be, we're going to use the negative from the die cut. Yes, you can totally see the crossover. Ooh, Melanie wants a loon stamp. And Jean was, I still love to scrapbook, not enough hours in the day. Oh gosh, I hear you there. And then that thing like a job gets in the way, right? Oh, so funny. I agree. Not enough hours in the day. Okay, now I have to find where I put. Here we go. All right, we're going to take this. Now, I use this little trick. You know, I have to have ribbon on each of my cards. And so what we're going to do is put this image over the top of our pretty ink splatters here. But I want to make sure that I have a little bit of ribbon on my card because I cannot have a card without ribbon, right? So I am just going to cut a little piece off. And I know some of you have been pretty vocal about not liking this technique on a card, but I tend to like it. I am going to take this ribbon and staple it up here in the corner. Now I'm using an old retired stapler from Stampin' Up. I think I'm going to do 2 of them for grins. You can use any handheld stapler, and I think that there are still some craft handheld staplers out there. And then just trim those off where you would like them. Teresa, I love bows and ribbons too. Oh my gosh. I cannot have a card without a bow on it. So we've got that in the corner. And then what we're going to do is just put this on our card front, but we're going to pop this up on dimensionals. And I'm getting really darn close to using up this one. So we're going to have to open a new one. You know how much I love the edges, everyone. Well, I'm going to use these up tonight. Okay. All right. A few of these. I cannot remember if I saw, are any of my budget club members watching tonight? I don't remember if I saw your names pop through. I'm going to need more, so we're going to grab these here. I don't know if any of my budget club members are watching tonight. So for my budget club, you will get, like, I won't pre-cut your cardstock for you, so you can make these projects or you can make whatever you want. The premise of my budget club is that you can, it's almost like a little mini product share. You get new stuff every month. It always coordinates. It's usually a partial pack of something because we all know that sometimes those full packs last us a way long time. And it's a way for you to get a variety of stuff instead of having to order kind of full packs of everything. I am including the full artistry blooms because that would be a hard pack to separate for everybody. But yes, Melanie, I need to start using the edges first so that I can use the fun type A perfect hexagons. These are the projects I've designed to make with the coordinating products that you will get in this month's kit. Okay, I'm just centering this before I push it down. There we go. Okay, so you can see through and around the edge for our images. Renata says, do you give ideas for the budget club? Yes, that is a great question. So that is what this live is all about. So all of the products that come in your budget club, I design for a live so you can watch it live and have the video tutorial replay for all the stuff you get in the club. So this month's club, you're going to get all the stuff I showed you, the half a pack of the ribbon, the full pack of the Artistry Blooms, the half a pack of the New Horizons Designer Series paper, and then some coordinating cardstock, Blackberry Bliss, Fresh Freesia, and Pale Papaya. And I design these cards so that you have ideas of what to make as soon as you get your kit in the mail. And then you will have leftovers that you can make other cards. Now, tonight I'm showing the video tutorial how to make these. I also type up a PDF tutorial so that you can kind of toss it in with your kit, print it out at home, toss it in with your kit if you would like. And then you always kind of have it together and can kind of make the projects on your own time when your schedule suits you. Sometimes all you need is to make 1 or 2 cards and the ideas are just flowing then for your projects. Okay, so I just took a strip of basic white. I keep these strips in a coffee mug on my desk, and I am going to attach this to our card front over the top of these kind of bigger areas from our negative and cover those up just a little bit. Make sure it's centered. Let's try this again. There we go. All right. And then our sequins. I think I want to use, what color do I want to use? This one looks fun. All right. Put one here. And I'll put one here. And I like to put them kind of in a triangle. So I'll put one down here. You can kind of embellish that however you like. Okay, and now we've got our inside layer here. I'm going to grab this fun flower. Did I already put it in the ink? Yeah, I did. Teresa asked, does the sequins stick well? Yes, very well. I don't really have an issue. I will say every once in a while they kind of pop off from these window sheets, but once they're on the card and stuck down, they're actually kind of hard to get off. So I would be careful not to press down too hard until you are sure you have them kind of set where you want them, because they do stick pretty darn good, if you ask me. It's a great question. All right, I'm just going to stamp this in the corner here. I have to re-ink that one. I noticed that my ink pad is a little dry. And I lost my craft sheet. I really despise a sticky desktop full of glue, so I like to use that craft sheet when I glue, just in case. Yeah, the other cool thing about my budget club is you get a welcome gift when you join, and I send you, after you've been a member for 6 months, I send you a bag of freebies, goodies. It's going to be probably, if I had to add it up, well over $30 worth of stuff after you've been a member for 6 months, and all of it comes delivered to your door. The products every month. It's all for only $38. Yep, Sharon just asked. Just $38. It's a good way to kind of get your hands on new stuff and new ideas right away. You'll get a new gift for joining. As long as they're in stock. I was giving a chamois when you join, and then you get a freebie bag of goodies after 6 months. All right, there's our first card. What do you think? Do you like it? Thank you, Polly. Thank you so much. So we're letting those fun colors of that paper seep right through. And now this one used a little bit different pattern, a little bit lighter color. This was my design card. I kept that tag a little longer, and I know what I did different on this one. The lighter piece that I cut off is what I used as my tag for the sentiment, so it wasn't quite as bright with this white. And then I added a few more sequins, 4 of them instead of 3. So there we have our first project. Oh, thank you, everyone. That's so kind. All right, so now we've got all these flowers sitting here, right? We should do something with them. So we're going to, let me do a little bit of cleanup here before we, I have to get my chamois wet too. It's drying out and I need to rewash it. I meant to take it downstairs with me last week when I was live and I forgot. And so of course, tonight, by the time I got up here, I did not have enough time to run down and rinse it out and wash it and everything. So it doesn't take long to do, but sometimes I get up here with only minutes to spare before I have to go live after work and everything. Okay, so our next card, we're going to use another layer of Blackberry Bliss. We're going to use some fresh freesia too. So let's get our stuff cut right away. Bernetta asks, do you have refill ink for all your ink pads, or do you replace some as they go dry? This is a great question. I'm really glad you asked this, Bernetta. When I place an order for an ink pad, I always place an order right away for the ink refill for a couple of reasons. Sometimes I want to do some watercoloring with the colors, and I like to do that with a splotch of refill on a block instead of squishing my layers together of the new stamp pads. So that's one reason. And the other thing is, honestly, you never know how much you're going to use it, what the elements are when it's shipped to you, that you may need to re-ink it sooner than you think. And I don't always want to wait a week for that to come in as it starts to go dry. So I just order it right away so that I have it and it is ready to go in the event that my ink pad goes dry. And I can show you, I should do a re-ink one night to show you how to re-ink an ink pad. See, I had my strip. I'm tossing it in my coffee mug here. Tonight I'm not going to because I'm going to be using that ink still, and I like to let it kind of soak in a little bit before I use it. Oops, and of course I forgot to cut my designer series papers. So cutting these layers, our card base is a half a sheet of cardstock here, 5.5 by 8.5. This is just a 1/4 inch smaller on both sides, so 5 1/4 by 4. That's the same size as our inside layer. And then I'm going to use this pretty New Horizons scene. And I'm going to cut that a 1/4 inch on each side smaller than my Blackberry Bliss layer. So this I'm cutting down to 5 by 3 3/4. Whoops. This is the way that it needs to be 5. And this is the way that it needs to be, 3 3/4. There we go. I always say these strips, they will absolutely come in handy on cards. You have no idea how many times they reach. And I just grab a strip. Okay. The other thing we need, I gotta find it here, is my trusty Label Me Lovely punch. Yes, Jean, different techniques definitely use those refills too. Love it. Okay, and so I'm gonna take and punch out a label here from my Fresh Freesia. Okay, so get my Blackberry Bliss back out here. Label. I'm going to grab my Best of Luck sentiment from Honeybee Home. I'm going to mount that here. And I'm going to stamp it to the right side of this label. Now this second card, as you'll see, is going to be it's simple, and it's going to be a great way for us to use some of the fun flowers that we just die cut. So after you're done making the first card, you can make a whole bunch of cards like this with all different colors that coordinate with this pretty paper. Because what I'm going to do now is take my liquid glue. I like to use my liquid glue when I've got kind of a thinner die here. Just putting a little bit of glue in a couple of the spots. Of course, it's already stuck to my finger. Like this. I do love the font too, Jean. I'm with you. I think this font is so pretty. Okay, and I'm just going to glue this over here to the side next to our Best of Luck. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh, Jean, you noticed my nails. Thank you. I have a friend who sells Color Street, and I was watching her and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need nails like that when I go live because they're so pretty. So I bought some and put them on, and I had to get these fun coral shimmery so that they were like spring, because it felt like spring on Sunday around here. Okay, now I have got this pretty scene that I cut out, and what I'm going to do is glue it to this Blackberry Bliss layer. Get out my trusty seal that I love. Hey, did all of you see the picture of the cake that John made me? I posted it last week after I was live. Did anyone? I know some of you commented. Did that not look delicious? He did such a good job making that cake. I told him that he should make cake for us more often. We don't have nearly enough cake in this house. And he said he'd make the cake. I have a frosting that I like that was my grandma's recipe. It might have even been my great-grandma's recipe that I would like to make next time. His mom's is really good, but I like my great-grandma's recipe too. Okay, I was going to do the light pink, but I think I'm going to do this blue to bring out the blue in this scene. And so I'm just going to cut a piece long enough to wrap around here and tie in a bow. And if you watch me live regularly, you know that that's usually way too much ribbon for me to cut, but that's how I roll. I am here for all the ribbon. Okay, so this is real simple. We're just wrapping this around our glued layers, and we are tying this in a bow. Just like this. Okay. And of course it wanted to twist on me. And then remember my tip, when I am tugging at the ends, I like to hold down this knot in the middle, and it kind of keeps everything together while I tug at those ends. And we will snip off these ends. And because I like to do that whole stapling of the ribbon, these pieces come in handy because I can totally staple those in a corner on any project super easily. Okay, now I'm gonna shimmy this around because we're going to post this here over the top of our bow. So let's grab some dimensionals. Isn't this card simple? Now my last card tonight, you're going to want to stick around for the last card because I'm going to show you a fun coloring technique that is so easy. The way we do it, it's going to give our project an antiqued look, but you can use it really with any colors, and I think you're going to love it. So do not go anywhere because you're going to want to see this coloring technique. I'm saving the fun technique for our last card. Okay, so now we have our layer. How stinking simple is this card, by the way? And we're going to pop that up on dimensionals on our card base. Oh my gosh, it's really warm in here. I might have to take off my sweater. I don't know why I'm so hot tonight. It must be all the hot air from my talking so darn much. Oh, thank you, everyone. Okay, so we're just going to pop this here. Aren't those colors really striking? My gosh, getting this in the mail? Who wouldn't want to get this in the mail? So pretty. Okay, and this time I think I'm going to do, I haven't stamped these flowers yet. Get these out. I haven't even seen what this looks like. So I think what I'm going to do is go stamping on the fly here. I'm going to do some over here like that. And then we're just going to create a border of flowers all along the bottom of our card. Why not? I'm not sure if I'm a fan, but it works. You also can write over these a lot of times, so you could just put it like right in the center and then write your little note on the inside. Oh, thank you, everyone. More in love with this DSP. I know, it's so beautiful. This paper is like the prettiest stinking stuff I have seen in a long time. I love it. I could make and send cards like this all day long. I absolutely love it. Oh, we got to get our sequins on here. How about these blue ones? Let's do the blues this time. So I will do here and here. I'll put one down here. There. Yeah, now you could swap this out for any tag, any image, any sentiment, and use this layout. So if you've got extra paper for my budget club members, extra paper, you absolutely can just swap out some of that other stuff. So there's card number 2. Now here's my design card. So you can see how this works. I'm almost off screen here. It works for any of these patterns. I didn't do the inside, but you just got to find the coordinating colors. Isn't that gorgeous? Love it. Absolutely love it. All right. Let's get our stuff picked up for our third card. Sue, it's one of your favorites too. Yeah, I love it. I knew I loved it when I saw it, but then I opened it up and I really, really loved it. So I can't even say, I mean, I knew it would be great, but I was even pleasantly surprised with how awesome it was once I opened it up. Okay. Doing a little die cutting with this next card. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is some stamping. So I'm going to use my Misty Moonlight. Now, this is a scrap of pale papaya. This is included in your budget club kit for you budget club members who are watching. And we're going to grab this flower here. Get my extra stamp pad out of the way. We're going to stamp this right onto our scrap that I have clearly used die cut all sorts of pieces and punch. And we're going to stamp in our Misty Moonlight ink. I chose that color because that coordinates with our paper. Okay, now I'm going to die cut this first, and I hope that this works because I just think it's going to be a little bit easier to do this once it's die cut out. So I'm going to run this through my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Sometimes I like to die cut too because when I do a coloring technique, if I screw up the die cut, then I haven't ruined the whole thing. Well, that die cut worked really great. So put this stuff aside. Okay, now I promised you a fun new coloring technique, and that's what I have for you. Let me get this white paper so it's a little easier to see. And I am going to grab one of my blender pens. As you can see, this is very well loved. Our blender pens have 2 sides, and you can kind of pop the cover on. They're a little wet with a special magical, I don't know what, in there. And I'm going to take this blender pen, and what I'm doing is just going and finding the ink stamped on this image and I'm blending it into the open space from the cardstock. So as you can see, there was plenty of time in between when I stamped this image, and I'm going to move this closer. Look at how it is filling up my flowers. See, they're more detailed like this, but then after the blender pen, they're like a muted antiqued look. And you do not need watercolor paper for this or anything. It's just your normal cardstock. I think this would be gorgeous on Very Vanilla. Any of the yellows too, it would be really pretty. And then you just blend it as much as you want. It's like this. Uh-oh, it froze on my end. Hopefully it didn't freeze. Isn't that easy peasy? Now we can do this one better and take it up a notch and also add a little of our friend Stella. So I'm going to add some Wink of Stella here on my flower petals, and that will glitz it up even more. Some of my leaves too. You can never have too much Stella. See that? I don't know if you can see the shimmery or not, but it's glittery. Okay, so we've got our die cut image there. I'm going to set this aside so I don't lose it. And now we're going to cut our card base. I'm just going to cut a half a sheet of pale papaya. And I need to cut our paper. We're going to go 4 by 5 1/4. So 4. Now, because I'm using pale papaya, that's the color I want in my card front layer to show. So I make sure that the piece I'm cutting off is not that papaya color. All right. And I'm saving this strip because we'll use it for our sentiment. Okay. Fold our card base here. And then this is going to go on the front. Do you see how that absolutely pops? So striking. I love it. And we have a little of our blue in here. And this paper is so easy. Shar ordered that paper, excited for it to get here. Yeah. So stinking easy to create with this stuff. Oh my gosh. Like, I could make cards just looking like this all day long and be so proud to send them out. Aren't they beautiful? Love them. Okay, and now here we're going to bring in our flower image, and you could go here on the side, or you could go over here. It really doesn't matter. I think I'm going to put it on the left side. And I'm just going to grab, I am going to use my edges because some of this is a little bit of a smaller piece. All right. Okay, now I'm going to, you know what? I think it needs a little something to mute. It needs just a little something to mute the image. So I like to use vellum for that. Now what I think I'll do is put that behind. Yeah, and that over the top. Makes a big difference. So let's just glue this down. Robin says, I think you heard me. Were you telling me to use the edges? That's okay if you can see that glue a little bit through, because this is going to cover it up. Okay, just like that. And then I've got this strip that I cut off. I might trim this down a little bit more. It's a little too wide for the piece I'm going for, so I'm just going to grab Yep. We're going to have to pop this off quick. Okay, Misty Moonlight. So we've got this one that says, "You're the nicest." Stamp that. I'm going to snip this end. And then, okay, I have these ends of our ribbon. And so I'm just going to tuck that here with some tape. No, I'll use my seal. I'll use my Seal Plus. Seal Plus is a great ribbon securer too. There we go. Okay, and then pop this up on dimensionals too. So what I'm going to do is pop this over the top, and it's going to be the same height as this flower. So we're going to go here. Now we're going to go here. And we'll just put this right over the top like that. You're the nicest. And now it's time for our sequins. I think we will kind of go with our See how these colors match so great? This little papaya themed over here. And here. And here. And there we have card number 3. Isn't that amazing? Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. So there is our card number 3. What do you think? Love it? I do too, Arliss, and I love, Melanie, how the sequins match too. Okay, so here are our 3 cards tonight. Happy news. You're the nicest. Best of luck. Aren't those gorgeous? Love them. Okay, now these are the products in my February budget club. If you sign up by the 15th, you can get in on the club. You get a full pack of those sequins. You get a half a pack of the designer series paper. I have coordinated it with the fresh freesia, blackberry bliss, and pale papaya. You'll get a couple sheets of each of those. You have the option to add on the bundle, and I'll send it in your package with you. And then you're going to get a half a pack, so half each of the blue and the pink, the Misty Moonlight, and the Petal Pink, I think it is, cotton ribbon combo pack, I think is what that's called. So you have until the 15th to sign up to get in on that, on this month's club. Now, it's time for prizes. We haven't done prizes, and I got to do prizes. I have a prize. My winner last week did not claim, and so I'm paying forward the counting sheep. We still have this counting sheep set to claim because my last prize winner did not claim their prize. To claim your prize, you just need to go to my website. It's up there in the corner, www.rosegrunwald.com. Across the top is a link that says prize claim form. You will fill that out, and then I will get the prize in the mail to you. Now, our prize for this week, it's for last week's shares and views and comments. Our prize goes to Jane Dorman. So, Jane, I'm not sure if you're watching tonight, but if you're watching the replay or watching live, make sure you fill out that prize claim form to win your prize. Okay, let me turn off. I gotta flip this around. That was it. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I'm live every Monday at 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. I'll be here again next week for another Make It Monday Live. Remember, if you're looking for that 5 project bundle tutorial, just give me 5 in the comments. Comment 5, and I will get information to you to snag your free project tutorial. All right, I'm out. I hope you all have a great week, and I will be stamping with you again soon. See you later, everyone. Bye.